What's up, world? What's up, internet? I'm Deanna Jean Pierce, and this is That Vegetarian Princess. And today I wanted to share about the fact that yesterday for dinner, Dan and I were celebrating the Lionsgate portal in the Wisconsin Dells and Baraboo Devil's Lake area. We were in Wisconsin Dells specifically when it was time to eat dinner, and there weren't very many vegetarian or vegan options, and we wanted something really convenient. So we just ended up going to Mac's, which is like a macaroni and cheese shop. And it sounded good because we both wanted comfort food, and it was just right there. It was easy to access. And I just got their standard mac and cheese. When I first went up to the counter, I asked them if they had tofu, and the two young men who were working behind the counter had never heard of tofu. They had to look it up. They're like, what is tofu? And they whipped out their phones and they looked up tofu, and they're like, oh, it's apparently really healthy for you. And there was like a vegetarian, there's a lot of vegetarian options at Mac's. There was specifically one mac and cheese dish with a ton of vegetables. But I just wanted standard comfort food. And so I just got their basic mac and cheese. And what I would like to share, I love talking about food and environmentalism, animal agriculture, veganism, vegetarianism, all different kinds of diets, factory farming. It's a massive passion of mine. And it's beyond just a special interest. For me being autistic, it's a massive part of my life purpose is teaching about animals and the environment. And what I want to share is that I felt sad while eating the mac and cheese, and I woke up this morning feeling heaviness and sadness. And when I compare and contrast that to when I have like a vegan mac and cheese, I feel light, I feel zippy, I feel better. And I want to share that. So the standard American diet, you may or may not have heard people say this, but the standard American diet, the acronym is SAD, which is SAD. And I do feel like the standard American diet is sad. I feel sad after I eat what is considered standard foods. It feels heavy, it feels depressing, it feels like too much. And when I eat vegan food, I feel light, I feel free, I feel happy, I feel motivated, I don't feel dragged down. And what's really interesting about the timing of this observation is Dan and I are about to head to the First Unitarian Society in Madison for their Sunday sermon, and they're doing a Sunday sermon about ethical eating. On the YouTube video for the sermon, The Ethics of Eating, the caption literally says, for the Ask Team Kelly service in 2025, one of us asked, considering our UU values, which is Unitarian Universalism, and the facts involved, do UUs have an obligation to eat a plant-based diet? And while I would never, I don't go around telling people, you shouldn't eat this or you should eat that. I mean, sometimes I do. It depends on my relationship with you, how comfortable I feel. I have very different conversations about this depending on the types of relationship it is. I do think it's something worth talking about more and more, because if something doesn't feel good to eat and it also is unsustainable for the environment, and there's also animals being harmed, what is the best decision then? I am working with a vegan coach, thanks to Dan Thalen, who introduced me to this vegan coach. It's one of Dan's clients at his job. And I do feel like a desire to be fully vegan. And I'd love to keep talking more about this. Everyone has their own experience with things like this. Everyone has their own perfect diet. But for me, vegetarianism and veganism is really important to me. And yeah, I just wanted to share this, and I'm going to keep sharing, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, and can't wait to see what Reverend Kelly Asperth Jackson has to say about this coming up here at 10 a.m. So if you want to watch that, it's on their YouTube channel. It's FUS Madison. So have a good day, and please share your thoughts about this.